In this tip, I want to show you a little trick on how to bind 45-degree angles. So I like to sew my binding on the back of the quilt and then bring it to the front and stitch it down by machine. So I'm going to show you how I sew it and do a 90-degree corner as I'm sewing the double folded binding on, and then the adjustments I make when I do a 45-degree corner. As I get to my corner, I want to stop. This is my regular 90-degree corner, so I stop at least a 1/4 inch away from the end, back stitch a little bit. I bring my needle up and lift my foot, pull my quilt out, fold my binding away to create the fold that is at a 45-degree angle from the corner, and then fold it back down. I bring it up, fold it back down, and align it with the edge that I'm stitching next. So now we're going to keep going, stitching all the way from the end and towards our 45-degree corner. So again, I want to stop stitching about a 1/4 inch from my corner, back stitch a little bit, and then as I fold away, instead of making a 90-degree fold this way, I want to fold it away so that when I have that fold, you want to have that raw edge of the binding even with the edge of the quilt where you're going next. So then you create that fold, hold it, and you bring it back down, and you'll see that your fold is less than 90 here. So now we're ready to sew. You can, of course, put a pin in here to hold it to get ready to sew, and then we sew from the edge just like before. Now I have sewn my binding to the back, and then I went ahead and pressed it from the back side to the front, and I like to press it all the way over my fold before I stitch it down by machine. So I like to prep all my corners. So as I fold that 45-degree corner, I press it this way, and then as I fold this, I like to grab just a silk pin, a fine pin, and I want that fold to hit right straight out from that 45-degree corner. So I have this point in the quilt to kind of guide me. So I will use my pin to kind of hold this down as I pull the other side, and you create that little fold, and you can adjust the angle of your pin until you match up these two sides like this, and then once you like the angle, you can pop that pin in there to keep it like so. So then when I stitch, as I stitch, I'm going to be using clips to hold it down. But as I get to that corner is now folded, and so I can easily make that angle, and it's going to turn out great every time.